That's right. But yeah, you know what? Also, realistically, I was a huge fan of the first season of Lost, and I might like the rest of it. I haven't had the chance to sit down and watch it all. But when season 2 started, one of the things I didn't like, and sometimes a loose end is tied up, and like I think J.K. Rowling and J.R. Tolkien were geniuses at how to tie up all loose ends with no more questions asked. But sometimes tying up a loose end just to tie it up can kind of jump the shark, right? So I think these are questions that they're like, well, let's kind of keep it in the ethosphere. So maybe we'll never get to answer those questions, but hopefully if we go long enough, y'all keep bringing us back.
And you guys cannot go together.
All right, how about right there behind you in the red? Yep.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
First, I just want to say really quick, thank you for always doing liquor face, because as I bartend here in Las Vegas, and nobody is immune to liquor face, and everybody, it pisses me off when somebody like some self-proclaimed badass takes a shot at something and makes no
That pisses me off too.
Yeah.
In fact, there are two things that, I'm gonna say three things, that I notice when I watch other movies or television series that I'm like, that I almost have to turn it off and not watch it anymore.
What are they?
It's one,
Liquor face.
liquor face. It's two, somebody driving a car and never checking the mirrors or checking their surroundings, or going like this. Well, I told you the last time. It's like, well, they just hit a wall. This is
With the one caveat that it worked in Dumb and Dumber.
no, unless it's for comedy purpose, yes. But that drives me crazy. And then the third thing is actors who look at their marks. So when they do this, listen to me. It's like you got to just learn how to not look at your. That's 101 acting there. So anyway, those three things drive me crazy. But thank you, because yeah, when you take a shot of whiskey, it's not just like a shot of water.
Yeah, and nothing tells you it's water faster than nobody makes that like
Exactly.
crazy.
Well, I will keep this in mind. Sometimes it is real. So it's really like Russian roulette. We never know. So
One of us usually knows.
and that's what we trained ourselves. Regardless if it's water, it's oh, that was just water.
My favorite, some people know this story, and there's going to be one bad word, but for his sake, I'm going to say it. The late, great Kim Manners, we were shooting the episode Touched, or Angels, or Houses of the Holy, whatever it was called. Touched Angels, Houses of the Holy.
I don't know.
It changed names like 15 times. In the end scene where Dean walks in and kind of like says, I had a weird experience, hands a flask to Sam, and I hand it back. It was a pretty emotional scene, and we weren't really sure what to make of it just yet because the show hadn't gone in that area. We're like, how do we treat it? Do we treat it like it's a zombie? Do we treat it like maybe the boys are hopeful that there are angels and then possibly demons? Anyways, somebody, I legitimately don't remember if it was Jensen or me, put Jack Daniels in the flask. And so, it must have been you, because I didn't know yet, because the scene is he walks in and takes a drink, and then he hands it to me, and I kind of take a drink. And I remember doing it on camera the first time, being like, I'm giving him a look. And so a few takes of that, and Manners comes in to give us some direction, as a director does. And Ackles just kind of like undoes the flask, leads up to Manners, and Manners is like, wow. Ackles is like, here you go. Manners goes, you fucking idiots, here. And that was it. It was like finished giving us direction and walked back. He wasn't pissed. We were getting the work done. He was just like, idiots. Like, here you go, you idiots. Rest in peace.
So, yes, so there's a question here somewhere.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Right. I went off, my bad.
I don't get it. So my question is, both Jared and Misha now have had the opportunity to play characters who aren't their normal character, like Adriel and Lucifer, Jimmy, Meg,
Soulless.
but that was kind of my
Carry on.
So all of Dean's evolutions have, like Purgatory Dean and future, now past Dean, and Demon Dean have all been like actual evolutions.
Refer to him as
of Dean.
Glimpse Dean.
They've all been actual evolutions of Dean's character.
It was a glimpse. It wasn't actually telling the
You
future.
can't call him Glimpstein.
It was
Too late, sorry, sorry.
because he was saying, listen, this is what could happen if this happens. So here's a glimpse in your future of repercussions that will happen if you don't do A, B, and C.
The point is, there's got to be a better name
So
than
it wasn't actually, it wasn't like, this is the future. It's, this is the future if.
I do have a question.
This is 12 years, basically.
Yeah.
We need to solve this. It's not Glimpstein, it's Glimpse!
Hi.
Hi.
In the red there,
In the
what's your
red.
question?
So, Jensen, are there any characters that you would have any, since we had the whole other season, like to explore and get to like shrug off the comfortable jacket of Dean and maybe try and play somebody else for a little bit?
No, I am so comfortable. I am happy in the Dean world. That, you know, I will say yes, it has always been just versions of Dean. Even though Demon Dean, it was still Dean. So there is always the common denominator of having Dean as the base of whatever version of that I play. And yes, he's had to play different versions of Sam, but also different characters. So I don't think I've really had to do that. And I don't know. That's not been a decision of mine. I don't write the show. I'm not responsible for the storylines. I just kind of do what they tell me. If I have a major problem with it, obviously I'll take it up with the writers, but I've never really had to do that. So I don't know whether that is a conscious decision on the writers to be like, you know, we don't want to get rid of Dean. We need Dean to stay him in order to facilitate these other characters going rogue. Or to take care of that, or whatever it may be. The reason that they haven't made me play somebody else is it's a mystery to me. So maybe they will. I don't know.
Do you remember the one time you did go to bat, well, the most recent time you really went to bat with the writers? And they took Gabrielle. You directed the episode.
Oh yeah, the hammer.
The hammer versus the knife. And so finally, he really wanted the bulky hammer, and the writers wanted the knife. And
For the Demon
Dean to chase him around.
season.
And so finally, when we free him from Demon, we're like, why did you grab a hammer? Why did you grab a knife or something? He's like, all right, next.